Hey everybody, my name is Will Jean Baptiste, co-founder of Aidelly, and I'm so excited that you're here today. So what is Aidelly? Well, Aidelly is an all-in-one agentic social media management platform. And what that means is you can manage all of your social media platforms, you can post to every platform, manage analytics, create content, run automations, and so much more. And I'll also manage an agency or manage a team and just really manage your social media in one location with so many different tools and so many different support for automation. So in this video, I'm going to guide you through the entire platform and we're going to walk through every single feature step by step. And by the end of this video, you know how to post, how to create, how to schedule, how to automate, how to manage your team, and just how to manage your overall brand presence using Aidelly. All right, so the first step once you get signed up is to go through onboarding. And onboarding is very simple, it's just 2 steps. So as you see here, once you sign in, you'll be able to input your business name. So for just example, I'm going to put Aidelly. It's going to save that. You can select your industry from this list. I'm going to select technology and SaaS. And then you can select your preferred language. This will change the language for the entire um, dashboard and also the AI language as well. So you can pick from all these different languages. I'm going to stick to English. You see, we have support for 17 different languages. So if you see your language on here, definitely pick it as you set up your account, right? So, yep, I'm going to stick to English. And that's going to save. And then how did you hear about us? You choose from this list. And I'll just say, word of mouth. Then you want to enter in your business website. So in this step, I'm going to enter in aidelly.ai for my website, and it's going to save that. And then describe your offer in one sentence. Here, you can actually just click this button right over here, generate from website. Sorry about that. Click generate from website. And then, and then it pulls your website information and creates a quick and easy summary. So from that point, you want to click continue to social media down here. So here's where you connect all your social media platforms. To connect, you'll simply just click on one of these and connect. We support all these platforms you see here, 11 platforms. We support TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Threads, Pinterest, Google Business, and Mastodon. So in order to connect your account, simply just click the connect button that you see here and you'll be able to connect. I'm going to do all this on the back end. So once I'm into the app, I'll connect all my accounts, but it's very simple to do. And then once you do that, I'll just click connect later. Once you do that, you're done and you're all set and you're ready to go and start marketing. So let's click, let's start marketing. And we are at the home page. So that is how you get through the onboarding. So now this next step is if you're in the app already and you want to be able to connect your accounts, I'm going to show you how to access your accounts to connect more social accounts, right? So on the sidebar here on the left side, you see I have a lot of different options. I'm going to scroll down all the way down to the bottom. And around this area here, you see I have Workspace. And on Workspace, I'm going to scroll down to Social Connections. I'm going to click that. And now you see that I'm on the Social Connections page. And now these are all of my connected platforms, as you can see. Right? And all of these accounts are tied to my Aidelly workspace, as you can see right here. It's bolded. And you can see social accounts is selected. These are all my social accounts that's tied to the Aidelly workspace. So if I want to connect one, I can let me disconnect this one right here. So I'll disconnect LinkedIn. So in order to disconnect an account, you easily just, select disconnect here. I'm going to do that. It's going to give me a prompt. And LinkedIn has been disconnected. And so before I connect LinkedIn again, I'm going to show you we have 3 different options. You have reconnect. Reconnect pretty much causes the prompt to show up again where you can reconnect your account, change settings as well. If you want to choose a different page or whatnot, you can reconnect. Disconnect is what I just did. It just completely removes the platform from the workspace. And connect more is if you want to add multiple pages to the same workspace account. So if I want to have multiple Instagram accounts on this workspace, I can click connect more. It'll add another row underneath this already existing one. So connecting is pretty easy. You just click the connect button. It's going to open up another window. It's going to sign me in to my LinkedIn account. And once it does that, we are all good. So for LinkedIn and for other platforms as well, you might get a pop-up that just says which account do you want to be the main account, or which organization you want to be the main organization. In terms of LinkedIn, we know there are personal LinkedIn accounts and organizational LinkedIn accounts, company pages. So we added an option for you to find your company and add it to your account. So if you go down here in this manage company pages search box, you can search for the name of your company. Now this has to be the actual username, which you can find in your company URL. If you go to your company URL, you'll be able to find what the actual ID is. So for example, my company name is Aidelly, but on LinkedIn, the username for that company is Aidelly AI. So you simply just search for your username, and let's see, we found it. Click to select. Selected Aidelly, and now we are done. We click done. Awesome. Now I'm going to walk through a few other settings that you can find on this page. So first, we see on the left side here, we have this drop down, and each of the platforms has different contextual information based on the drop down. So if you open up for Facebook, we see we have my main account, which is the parent account overall of my business and Meta, and we have the connected pages that I connected. So if you have multiple pages, you'll be able to select which one is the default by just clicking this option here. Because I have one page, I can't select it. But if I have multiple connected pages on this workspace, I can select which one's the default. And that means the AI or Aidelly will just choose that page first when it's trying to post to Facebook. Same goes for everything else. Instagram, nothing to select here. For X, if you have the X premium subscription, once you log in, you'll get a pop-up that asks you to select if you have X premium. And if you do that, you'll be able to post longer tweets, up to 25,000 characters. If you don't have this option selected, you won't be able to post longer posts. You'll be able to just post a regular size tweet. And for the rest, it's pretty standard, just selecting your main connected platform. For Google, you'll get a pop-up that's asking you, what is your main Google location? You can assign a main location to this account, right? So just make sure you go through this and set up whatever settings that you might want to set up. So yeah, a few other options on the social accounts page. You have the posting defaults, and posting defaults is based on time. You can pick a preset time that you want to post, and the scheduler will remember that when you go to post. So for example, here I have 9, 12, and 3. I can change these to whatever time. I can, 11, 1, and then when I go post later, it'll be able to pre-click those times, right? Also, you have posting defaults settings for each and every platform. So if there's something more specific you want to set up for the platform, you can do it here. As you see, I have my settings for Instagram, where I can hide like count, add first comment, tag a user, enable collaborations, where I can collab with other users, set a location, alternate text, story options. I can set the story duration, story polls, reel covers, many different options you have here for Instagram. And the same goes for every other platform. So I would advise you, if you want to look for a specific setting, again, go to social accounts, posting defaults, and you want to come here. And every platform has different settings. I'll quickly just go through so you can see. I won't cover every single setting. Yep. These are all based on each platform's capability. Quickly just go through these just so you can make a mental note if there's anything that you want to keep a note of, keep track of. Yep, see we have thumbnail URL. And all of these you can change per post. So if you are doing one single post that you want to change the settings for, you can come into the settings on that post before you post and you can change the settings there. So yeah, quickly go through the rest of these. TikTok, you can save to drafts automatically. Pinterest, you can have default pin titles, default board description, and yeah, so pretty much standard stuff that you see on each platform. But that's pretty much it for this one. So I'll show you two more things on this, and then that'll be it. Account groups. So account groups is just a quick save preset that you can quickly switch to when you're posting. So instead of clicking every platform one by one, you can save a preset and select that preset and it'll select all your accounts. So to give you guys an example, I'm going to create a preset, call it Aidelly company pages, all the company pages for Aidelly. And this will give me just an easy one-click option. You come through here, select the pages you want to add, right? Organization. I think that's good. Let's do that one. That's fine. So you want to come through here, select all the pages you want to focus on or have as selected, and then you click save. You see here, it created the group. And so later on, when I go to post, I just have to select Aidelly company pages, and it's going to select every single page in the group, right? So that's how you use that. Now, moving on, we're going to talk about mentions. Now, mentions, universal mentions, are in-app mentions that tie to different tags on different platforms. So to give you an example, let me just open the edit field here. And so inside the app Aidelly, I'm going to create an alias called Aidelly, right? And I'm going to specify when I mention at Aidelly within this app, what should that translate to on each platform. So when I mention at Aidelly, I want to target at Aidelly.ai, at Aidelly AI on Instagram. I want to target the Aidelly company page on Facebook. I want to target Aidelly AI on X, so on and so forth. So instead of having to type out every mention and change every mention for each platform, you simply create one global alias that will automatically map to each platform. You simply just enter in the details here, click save, and it'll update the alias. So now when you go to create a post, you'll mention at Aidelly, and that'll automatically know, okay, I'm going to insert the universal mention for each of these platforms with this post. And that's how you use universal mentions. All right, today we're going to show you guys how to use and how to customize your brand settings on Aidelly. In order to get to this page, you have two different options. You can either go to Workspace settings in the top right, see Workspace settings, and click settings. Or you can go to the sidebar here, scroll all the way down, and click on settings, or simpler, click on brand settings here. Now you see here we're at the brand settings page. As you see on the left, you have general, brand settings, etc. And here I'll be able to customize a lot of different things about my brand, which helps Aidelly better understand my brand and who I am. And I highly recommend everyone go through the brand settings at least once early on, and make sure you get things set up so Aidelly understands you and your voice very, very clearly. So the first thing that we see here is the logo, and it says logo and name are managed in general tab. So if we go to the General tab, we can see that the Workspace logo is derived from, the brand settings logo is derived from the Workspace logo. And we can update it by clicking here to update. That's just to show you guys where to update that. Right, so let's go back to brand settings. And on brand settings, we have 5 different options. We have voice, theme, avatar, memory, and documents. Right now, I'm on the voice tab. And voice tab just relates to how the AI speaks and writes as you on your behalf. And so first, we're going to go to business information. And we have the industry, which is just your business's industry that you work in. You see here we have a whole list of different industries. I'm going to select technology and SaaS because that's what Aidelly is. We have the website over here, which we already covered in the onboarding, but you can set your website here. You can change it here. We have your contact information. If you're a physical location, this will be where you enter your business address, your phone number, your email address, and the AI Aidelly will be able to pull that information into your messaging and your branding. If we keep on going down, we have brand customization. This is where you'll choose your overall brand voice. And so we have a few different options. We have professional and formal, friendly and approachable, casual and conversational, authoritative and expert, and playful and creative. So any one of these will kind of guide the agent into your direction overall. I'll just click casual and conversational. Next, we have AI content language. If you want to prompt the AI in a certain specific language, you can do that here. Otherwise, it'll use your account language, which will show soon in the account settings. So if you click here, you have all the different languages. And you can prompt Aidelly these languages, or you can select one of these languages and Aidelly will speak in this language. This is separate from the dashboard language. The dashboard language is another option which sets the entire dashboard in a certain language. The AI content language only targets specific content that you create. Key distinction. And then we have an option here that says always generate using this language. So we can check that on and off. I'll just check it on. Then we have business goals. Business goals are very helpful to let Aidelly know what is your ultimate goal, how should the content that we write be positioned and be focused, so it's more accurate and more true to your brand. And so you see I have 2 goals here. I have consistent presence and I have launched new products faster. That's my goal, is to help people with those 2 things. So I can click add a goal over here on the right side, and it will allow me to open this drop down, this input box here, and I can just put, okay, we'll go with their suggestion, increase brand awareness. Excuse me. So once we said that, that'll now be part of one of my business goals. And so Aidelly will now understand when it creates content for me, these are the business goals I should target. Moving on, main offer. Your main offer is pretty much the main thing that Aidelly will pull from when it creates content in a general sense. And just like on the onboarding, if you click generate from site, it'll pull from your site and your wording and automatically update the main offer, writing style, and target audience based on what it sees on your website. So we're going to click generate from site, just in case you don't feel like typing. Awesome. It says brand details generated from your website. Awesome. And so we see here, Aidelly is an AI-powered agentic social media scheduler. This is all pulled from my website, which is awesome. Also, we see here it pulled writing style and preferences. Awesome. And then it also pulled my target audience. So of course I can edit these myself. However, if you just want a quick general summary, generate from site is very easy to do. Next, we're going to talk about brand theme. And brand theme is pretty much the look and feel of your brand. and how Aidelly can derive from that brand to create new imaging and new images. So, as you come in here, you want to first go to the brand settings tab, which again, you can come to Workspace over here and click brand settings. And then you have voice, theme, avatar, memory, documents. We're going to click theme. Awesome. Now, first things first, we have brand colors. And these are just your primary and secondary colors of your brand. You can click each and just, do a color picker. Very easy. You can also pull from your logo, which will upload your logo and derive the two main colors from it. If you just want something quick and easy, so I'm going to click pull from logo right here. And it pulled two colors from my logo. Awesome. Which, let's just update this to white, since that's one of my main colors. Let's just do white. There you go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, scrolling on down, we have the logo gallery. Now, the logo gallery is just a centralized place where you can manage your logos. So, for example, I have a transparent logo here, and I have a colored logo here. As you can see, transparent, color, and I can edit the logo here, edit the name. I can select using, and using pretty much means to use with AI. So if I click this, that means it's selected to use with AI, or I can just delete the logo entirely. So I can upload a new logo here, give it a label, variant, kind of can, classify it, and then upload. I can choose this to upload the logo right here. So for AI images, I do recommend uploading a transparent logo of your business. That way, it'll be easily integrated in every one of your brand images that you decide to create. Very simple. Scrolling on down, we have brand fonts. In addition to logos, you can also upload a brand font. As you see here, I have a brand font uploaded, and I have using. So whenever Aidelly creates images, it's going to pull from this font and emulate and copy this font onto the actual image. Very cool feature. You can also specify a heading font, body fonts, accent fonts, and Aidelly will understand, okay, I need to use a header font here, a body font here, an accent font there. It'll know how to use it when it creates images for you. Very cool. Moving on down, we have Workspace watermark. This is for if you want to watermark all images, all branding underneath this workspace or underneath the entire agency with a similar watermark. This is useful if you have an agency and you have multiple workspaces under the agency and you want your watermark to be applied to all of the workspaces. Meaning you won't have to go and upload your logo to every single workspace over here. You can just simply use the agency watermark and that will apply to every workspace underneath your account. And this down here is where you actually tweak the settings of that agency-wide watermark. So you'll do that right here. So very cool stuff. All right, we're back on brand settings, and this time we are talking about avatar. Avatar is very important. This is your photo for AI images. So you upload a clear photo of yourself, and Aidelly can use it as a reference when generating images that should feature you. Pretty cool. So when you upload this image and ask Aidelly, hey, make an image of me doing this or doing that, it's going to use this photo as the reference automatically. Very simple. You can easily just upload a photo. A headshot is perfectly fine. Just a clear photo of yourself. And then when you go to the image generation tool in our image editor or our chat and ask Aidelly to create an image, it's going to use this photo as the basis. And that's pretty much it. So very simple. Next, for brand settings, we have memory. And memory is very important as it helps you to upload persistent facts about your brand that Aidelly references whenever it creates posts, replies, any type of content. This is like a database of just anything important that Aidelly needs to know about your brand. And so as you see here, I have a long list of memories that I've uploaded. And to add one, you simply come over here and you come to add memory, click add memory, and then you give it a title. Let's just say target audience, and you choose a category. My target audience is business owners and agencies. And you just add a tag if you want. Select the importance. Higher importance means the AI will give higher weight to that memory when it creates content on your behalf. So I'm going to select 10, and we're going to create a memory. Say brand memory created successfully. And now Aidelly knows that my target audience is business owners and agencies. So when it creates content, it's going to give a high weight to that and create content in that direction. And that's how you add memory. So let's talk about the document setting in the brand settings. And documents is pretty much just any type of document you want to upload to give Aidelly a larger context and understanding about your brand. So for example, I uploaded the Aidelly executive summary, as you see here, which is a PDF, and Aidelly now has the information that's stored within that executive summary. So it can know my goals, my vision, my mission, my offerings, everything. It has that information baked inside thanks to the document library. I have other documents uploaded here. And to upload a new document, you simply come over here to upload document and select a document. You can support PDFs, docs, whatever document files you use. And once you upload it, it'll be saved in this document library, and Aidelly will begin to reference it immediately. And that's how you use the document library. All right, now we're going to be talking about the chat feature, which is the cornerstone feature of the app, and the one that I'm the most excited to show you today is the chat. So in order to start the chat, as we see here, we're on the home page already. You either go to the home page or to the chat page to access a previously started chat. You can also go to the history button up here to access all of your previous chats. So we're going to go to this text box here. You can type. You can also click these buttons here to draft content. And let's just do that. Let's just click draft content and let's see what it gives us. So it's going to start drafting content. And it already pulls our brand information, as you can see up here, automatically. As you see here, it seamlessly generates content that is also in our brand. So it sounds just like us. So it says this is the easiest way to run social media across 11 platforms. So as you read this, this is literally pulling from our brand information. And so from this point, I can ask it to create an image. I can post it to multiple platforms. I can do whatever I want to do with this content. And so let's create an image with this content. And we'll say create a branded image with this content. And so now it's going to create an image based on the content. All right, and now it's done. As you can see here, it created a branded image. Very, very cool. I use my logo and colors. This is the easiest way to run social media across 11 platforms without burning out. Very, very cool. So now I can say, let's post this to my LinkedIn company page. And it's going to find my pages. And it's going to pull my LinkedIn page. As you can see here, it says ready for approval, approved to publish automatically or edit first. Here it shows the account that it's posting to, the image that's included. You can enlarge the image like that. Shows the entire caption. Awesome. So we can click approve and publish here if we want to publish immediately, or we can choose edit first. If we click edit first, it's going to open the edit panel on the right side, and this will just give you some more fine-grained, specific settings that you can set. You can edit the post, change the text. You can have all these options for posting, which we'll cover on the post page. You can select more platforms. But we don't want to do all that stuff. We just want to, let's hit cancel, and let's just hit approve and publish. Awesome. Now, once it publishes, you can easily click view post, and it is posted. So you see that this is the easiest way to run social media. Awesome. I like it a lot. So that's pretty much it for how to post using the chat composer. There are a lot of other things you can do on the chat page with our powerful chat agent. So, in addition to posting, you can also use many different tools. For example, if I click tools down here, you see that we have a long list of different things you can do. I can add photos and files. I can create an image and give a specific prompt. I can open the post composer, open my prompt library, which will go to my existing prompts that I have saved in the system. I can view my recent media and attach recent media to the post. I can also view more. I can view my inbox, my calendar, repurpose content, access analytics, access automations, and do web searches. So all of these will send a message to the chat, which will just, call a tool and analyze what is on the calendar or whatever might be going on. So you see, we just posted this post, and if I asked Aidelly what's on my calendar for this week, it actually mentions the post that we just uploaded. So that's very cool. So these tools, you can either just access them here, or you can just ask as you're typing to Aidelly, what's on my calendar, check my inbox, let's plan a new post based on this or that, let's search the web. Many different tools, many different features, all in one place. Next, I want to talk about the image editor tool. And to access that, you go to the sidebar, and it's right over here. We'll click on image editor. And the image editor tool is a very powerful tool. It lets you edit, create, and manipulate images for use with your content and your posts. So from left to right, you see we have different tabs here. We have the generate tab. We have different templates that you could use. We have upload. You can upload images and edit them, or select from your media library. You can edit them, rotate, crop, add text, add logo, watermark, remove background. So many different things you can do here. Here's your brand kit that you can apply to the app. You can also resize. So in this case, let's just create an image. And what's really cool about this is that it actually suggests some prompts that we can use, or we can save prompts ourselves. So let's select the first prompt, a statement card explaining why Aidelly is an AI-powered agentic social media scheduler that eliminates all of this is very cool stuff. So we're gonna select one variation. You can create up to 4 variations. We'll pick one, and we'll just make it a square feed image. And let's click create or generate image. Awesome. And we see that it was able to create the image. Very nice. Added my logo, and now I can even add a caption to it. I can edit it. I can resize it if I want. And I can manipulate it. I can crop. I can do all the things I need to do regarding the image. And that's all done on this side as well as, over here as well. You can also resize it to different sizings. And let's say I wanted to use this image to create content. Well, I would simply add a caption and save it as a draft. That's going to save as a draft. And now I have the post here, and I can immediately post it to my platforms. So that's how easy it is to post using images that you generate within Aidelly. All right, now we're going to talk about the idea board. This is a cool feature that I added just to help people get ideas for content and sort of think more critically and strategically about what type of content they want to create. So let's head on over. Let's go over to the sidebar, and over here you'll see idea board right under the chat. I click on idea board. And here you see I already have a list of ideas that I've added to my board. There's a few things you can do here. I can search ideas. I can do a brand interview, which we'll talk about in a minute. I can explore trending content, which we can also cover that. Or I can create a new idea. Let's click create a new idea. And in this new idea, we can give it a title, and we can add tags. And for empty idea, we can even get a writing prompt, something that we can write about. So let's just click on one of these ideas, which is great for just creating content ideas. What you tell your past self. Let's click on that. You can go back and give yourself one piece of advice. What would it be? And so you can fill this out, and from that content that you write out and create and this idea that you flesh out, you can polish it into a real actual post, from a short post to a thread, newsletter, LinkedIn long form post. You can also adjust the amount of brand messaging you want in that post. So I'm going to take a few seconds, write something, and then we'll see how it looks like. And also, like to mention, you can also add a note and also record a voice note. If you're one of the people who speak kind of off the cuff and just from your mind, you can record a voice note, it'll transcribe it, and add the note here. So I'll give it a title, Back in Time, Advice. And now, let's just write something out. Something simple. And if you're reading this is for you to remember as well. And so now I have my advice saved, my notes saved. So I'm going to, let's turn this into a LinkedIn long form post. And we're going to click polished LinkedIn long form. As we see here, it created an entire post. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open it in Composer. And now it's going to open the entire post. So we can now edit it and post it. And that is how you use the idea board. Very easy, very simple. From one idea, we flesh out an entire post, and it sounds and looks great. Hey everybody, today I'm going to show up the viral trends feature. In order to get to the viral trends feature, you go to the sidebar on the left, you go down, and you'll, under insights, you'll select viral trends. Now, viral trends is a great feature because it helps you point out what is trending in your niche and how you can create content around that particular trend. And so in order to get started, you'll go to the edit niche or create niche button here. And you'll simply enter the themes that you're interested in. So for example, I can enter automation, AI tools, social media scheduling, and productivity tools. And also you can enter keywords to search for, hashtags, and excluded terms as well. So I'm going to click Save Niche. And now I'm going to refresh since I made one before. So you just click refresh or start to search for the trends and it'll start finding them. It'll scan the internet, it'll pull data. So let's wait and see what we get. Okay, we see that viral trends has been updated. And we see that we have a lot of different trends based on what I'm looking for. Yeah, Claude Code skills. We can save for later. We can ride the trend. And let's ride this trend. So we're gonna look at this video and ride the trend and create content based off of this. So if we can do that, we can go and add to our drafts and go view that later. I'm gonna show that in a minute, but we can also view influencers as well. So this will find influencers in your niche. So to do that, you just come down here to find influencers. And based on your niche that you entered here above, it's going to find influencers that match who you are looking for. And you can track these influencers in the creator clone. So for example, I can click track Nate Herc and creator clone. And now when I go to creator clone, I can track him more accurately and specifically, track his posts, track what he's all about, how many times he posts per day, all that stuff. If I want to create more content based on his content, I'll just come to my content. You see I have viral trends. I'll click on that. And it's already created a post for me based on this viral trend. And that's how you use the viral trends feature. Hey everybody, now we're going to talk about the calendar. To get to the calendar, you go to your sidebar over here. And you see we have calendar right here under inbox. And your calendar is where you're going to see all of your content in one central location. Very simple and easy to see. Let's just talk about the features of this page now. So you see we have the schedule content button up here. And when you click that, you'll be able to easily open the post composer to schedule content. You can type a post, you can choose content from your library. Easy way to schedule content. You can also click on an open date. For example, let's click on June 1st at 11. And it'll automatically open up the calendar as well. Also, you can adjust the month, the week, and see all your posts from previously. Just by week. In the week view, you can view all your posts individually, just like this. You can see the timestamps. So you can click one and see the app, the account that it posted to, the post text, all those things. You can also view by year or view by list. If we go to click on today, we see that these are all of our recent posts that we've posted. Let's head back to month. You can also bulk schedule by importing a CSV and allowing you to add to your calendar instantly in one single swoop. You can also share your calendar publicly. If you have a client that you want to send the calendar to, or you want them just to review what you've done, you can use this feature to send them a read-only calendar link. You can also filter your calendar between different settings. So you have pending content, approved, scheduled, posted content. You can schedule by platform. Your upcoming posts will show here. And also your post statistics will show here. And if you want to reschedule a post or edit a post, whatever you might want to do, you simply click the post and then you can recycle it, meaning you can post it again in the future. You can reshare it or repost it. You can view the post on this platform. You can repurpose it to different platforms. A lot of things you can do on the calendar page. You can also start a discussion for if you're an agency. You can start a discussion and tag your users. Very cool. And we'll go ahead and click post. And now this will send an email to that user saying, hey, I've commented on this post. Please take a look. And so that's pretty much it for the calendar page. All right, now we're going to talk about the bulk fill feature, a very powerful feature that will allow you to create up to 60 days of content in one sitting. Now, if you're on the agency plan, you'll be able to create up to 60 days, but if you're on the scale plan, you can create up to 30. And this tool is not available for launch plan users, so just keep that in mind. So, first thing we're going to do is go over to the bulk fill tab over on the left and click bulk fill. And first thing first, we want to just enter what do we want to post about. So we're going to post, let's just say motivational statement cards for small business owners related to marketing. Okay. And then we're going to select the account that we want to target. In this case, let's just target Instagram because Instagram is, we're going to create some images. So this will be great for Instagram. And then we're going to, let's just do 7 posts from starting from the 1st of June to the 14th of June. In between that window, we're going to do 7 posts. And this is our window of time that we can we'll decide to schedule posts as well. So for this, we can choose our media. We can choose text only, which for Instagram, we don't want to do that. Choose text and images, or we can choose mixed, which is going to be images on visual platforms. If you select, for example, more than one platform, it'll choose images on those platforms and text on the others. Next, we want to set up our content mix. This will determine the post type and kind of decide dynamically what the content of each post will be. And here you can set a percentage. So if you want 40% post to be educational, you'll do that. And since this is motivational, we'll do stuff for engagement, raise engagement up a little bit. We don't want to promote too much. We'll lower that. Personal, we don't want too much personal. Reshareability, yes. And awesome. So it's going to weigh the output to these percentages and tweak the content. Moving on down, we have voice and topics. And in the voice and topics, you can select the brand voice intensity. So I can select medium, light, and strong. Strong is going to be very brand heavy, or like talking about your business a lot. Light is going to be light. We'll go with light. Focus topics, marketing, burnout, motivation, keep going, just motivational stuff for business owners. And sales, speak, we'll avoid those topics. You can also add hashtags. We'll do 1 to 4 for Instagram. Source material, if you have some content already that you want to kind of bulk fill from, you can add URLs here and it'll pull those URLs and use that content to bulk fill. Additionally, as you look at the bottom, you can import a CSV which already has all the content that you want to bulk fill, and it'll add it to the calendar instantly. And we even include a download template you can use to work from. So we can also save this as a preset. I'll just put Instagram. And then we can also see that this is going to use about 385 credits for the post plus the image credits. So for 7 posts, it's going to be about 175 for the text, 210 for the image. And if we're all good, let's click generate preview. So now it's going to take us some time, so we'll be right back. All right, so we see here all of our posts have been fully generated, and we can click on one to see the image. Pretty cool. Very, very cool stuff based on our prompt. So what I can do here is, keep in mind, on this view, this has not been added to your calendar yet. This is only just a preview. So what you can do is, if you want to adjust the times, you can easily drag and drop. Let's say I want to adjust when these posts are. I can easily just adjust them here. Drag and drop things. And awesome. Or if I want to, however you want to do it, you can do it. If you want to just have things kind of spread out more, very, very simple to do it. You can start over if you don't like these posts at all. And if you're happy, you can add all of these posts to your calendar immediately. And it says post schedule. So all of these posts have been scheduled on my calendar. I can click view calendar. I can go to June. Oh, wait, that's July. Sorry. I can go to June. And here are all of my posts that I just scheduled, ready to go. And that's how you use bulk fill. Hey guys, next feature I'm going to talk about today is going to be the content automation auto post feature. Now to get to this page, you're going to go on the sidebar over here. You're going to go down to where it says create, click on automation. And from there, you're going to see this automation page. You're going to go to the auto post tab right here. On the auto post tab, you can upload multiple different types of sources. You can upload a blog or RSS feed, a podcast feed, a newsletter, or a YouTube channel. And the point of this is whenever there's a new update in this feed, it's going to automatically create and schedule a post on your calendar. So for example, I'm going to click the blog RSS button and I'm going to upload a feed, which is going to be wired.com AI news feed. So I'm going to click preview and it loaded 3 recent items. It says feed artificial intelligence. And you see it previewed a few items here. So I'm going to go to caption mode, and the caption mode pretty much is when it creates the content, how it's going to write the content. It's going to be an AI rewrite, title and link, description and link, and you see that we have examples down here. So you'll just click AI rewrite or whatever option you want to choose. This is also going to do the preview of how the post would look. I'll just click image, and then we click connect source. Okay, I also have to connect the platform. Forgot to do that. Let's just pick LinkedIn. And I think that should be it. All right, now it has created the feed. And wherever there's a new post in this feed, it's going to automatically draft and create a post on my calendar. Now you can choose to have that post be approved by you or your team, or you can choose to have auto publish on and it'll just post it directly as soon as there's a new post in that feed. So if you go to the approvals page, once it pulls the post, it should end up in the approvals page. So we see here, this is the approvals page, and this is the first post that it pulled from the RSS feed. So it found this post, how Turkey hacked the hair transplant industry, and it created a post based on it. It even has a link to the Wired story. And so as the Wired RSS feed keeps pulling posts, it's going to send these to your approvals page, and you'll be able to easily save drafts, save and approve, and schedule them to be posted later. Hey guys, going to give you guys a quick use case. This one is to create AI images using your branding and your own avatar. So in order to do this, I'm going to come over to the left, And I'm going to first go and scroll down on the sidebar. And I'm going to click on brand settings. Now, this brand settings applies to my entire workspace. So I'm going to click on voice and, fill this all out on your own time. But this is all my brand settings. You want to make sure this is all filled out. But what's really important is theme. And in theme, you'll be able to create or add your colors, your logos, and also your fonts. And after doing this, you'll be able to reference the AI image creation, will be able to reference your font and your logo in its creation of images. There's one more thing. If you go over to avatar, you can actually upload an image of yourself, which I recommend you upload a clear image, a professional image, and the image creation tool will be able to reference your own face to create an avatar within its image creation. So now let's go over to the chat page where we're going to have a chat and ask Aidelly to create an image about me and with me in the image. So let's go over to the chat. See over here, chat. Let's click on it. And as you see, I've already been creating some. You can kind of see here. I've been playing around with it. But let's ask for another one. Photo of me holding my laptop with the Aidelly website on screen. Let's send that off. As you can see here, the image quality is very, very nice. Also has inserted me inside the image, has my logo here. Very cool. And yeah, as you see, it's done. It's creating an image of me holding my laptop. And that's pretty much it. So very, very cool. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, today I want to talk about the link in bio tool, which is a very cool tool that we released recently. And this link in bio tool, you can find it on the sidebar. If you go over to the left and scroll down, underneath you see that we have link in bio. Click that and you're taken here. And so link in bio, you can update, customize to your heart's content. And it pretty much is a publicly shareable page that people can go to that has all of your links, all of your social media, everything that they would need to know about you. You can add. You can add embedded videos. You can customize your image, your background, all sorts of things. I'm quickly going to walk through all the customization features. First things first, if you click on publish, which will be the default state, you can change the name here and claim your own name. I'll click that, update link. You have a QR code that you can share with others, put on your wallet, whatever it might be. And you can also update the content by going to content blocks over here, clicking add block. You can add a custom link, an email button, a featured video like a YouTube video, a featured post, an offer and call to action, email capture field, or just a plain text field. Furthermore, you can update the design by changing the profile name, headline, bio. You can change the profile image URL. You can change the size of the image. You can change the template of the cards below from minimal to card to magazine. The background and font, you can change that as well. You can change from solid. You can use a gradient. You can use a custom image as your background. You can also change here from pulling from your brand colors. If you want to customize that, you can as well. You can also change the font. And also use your brand font that you uploaded in your brand settings. Last but not least, you can add your footer and SEO here at the bottom. And then lastly, you have analytics, which you can see your page views, link clicks, click-through rate, and email signups. And to view your email signups, you just come down to your subscribe for more content or whatever your email collection says. You click that. And you see we have email signups collected 1. You just open that and you can export it as CSV. When you're ready to publish, you just click publish to web right here or publish now. Click that. And when it says your page is live, your page is now live. This is my URL. So I would share this with anybody that I want to bring them to this page, or I would use the QR code. You can add it to your Instagram bio, wherever it might be. You can copy it here. You can view the page here. That's huge. Well, that's it. Thank you, everybody. All right, this one's for all the agencies out there. I'm going to show you some more agency tips and tricks, things that you can do with your members, your users, and how you can sort of customize the agency to fit what you're looking for. So, in general, we're going to go down to team members. And you see we have team members here. We have different roles per team member. You can set the team member as an admin or a member. And if you want to customize that role, you can do so in the role access feature page that we just added. And so as you see here on the right, we have role access, or you can go here on the sidebar, role access, either way. Let's click role access. And this gives you more fine-grained control over what features and capabilities and even pages your members and your admins have access to. So for example, if you want your admin to have all access to everything just like you do, we have that preset already. As you can see, these are all the capabilities. If you want to take some things away from the admin, that's fine too. If you want the member to have certain specific access, you can set that up here too as well. So if you invite a member, if you're inviting a client, but you only want the client to have access to connect their accounts, you'll select connect social account, disconnect social account. If you want to give them approval power, you'll give them ability to approve or reject posts. And you can also give them access to certain pages if you don't want them to see, for example, the rewards page. You can hide that, the earn page here at the bottom. So you can have more fine-grained control over what your members and your admins see. You can also set up team approvals here. And switching on this requires all posts created by members to go through an approval process. And so anybody who's on that member role, if they create a post, it'll land in the queue and you can approve it to be published. And that can also be found on the left side here on this approvals page right here. And a couple more things. You can also allocate credits per workspace. You can allocate bring your own key per workspace. And of course, as always, you can update brand settings per workspace, which include your brand voice, your theme, logos, colors, fonts per workspace. You can add an avatar per workspace, which is a photo of yourself, and AI can pull from that, including memory and documents as well. And lastly, for agency, if you go down here to white label, you can set up white label on your entire account. And we have new settings for watermarks, richer logo settings, and of course, domain and email and all of that great stuff. Those are just some more ways you can customize your workspace as an agency. All right, now I'm going to show off the content automation tool. So with this tool, you can create an automation that automatically creates content for you on a schedule. So what this means is instead of having to come into the chat page and create new content each and every time, you can simply set up an automation that will run on a schedule, weekly, daily, whatever you decide. And when that schedule fires, it'll create content for your selected platforms with your selected prompt already installed into the schedule. Let's see how it works. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to head over to the automation tab over here and click automation. And then I'm going to click create automation tab right here. And then from here, I'm going to simply choose the account that I want to automate content for. And so for simplicity, let's just go with Facebook. I'm going to create some Facebook content. And as you get over here, you'll choose your scheduling frequency. I'm going to choose, let's choose weekly. You can choose daily, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever you decide. I'll choose weekly. Post per run. This is just how many posts you can create. You can create up to 5 posts per run, but I'm just going to create 1 for example's sake. First run date. This is going to be when the first generation of your content happens. So today is July the 4th, and I'm going to keep that date. Now this is your preferred time. So this is the time that your content generation is going to run each day, each week, however you decide it. So right now it's 4:39 p.m. I'm going to put it up to 4:42. We'll do 4:43. 4:43 p.m. Well, actually, let's do 4:44. I like 4:44. And so that's going to be our preferred time. Avoid weekends. We'll leave that off so we'll schedule every week, even if it's a weekend. Schedule a post for. Now, this option is an important option. You can automate the content and immediately schedule it on your calendar if you check this option. So I'm going to put that on. And now it's going to ask me for the time that I want to schedule the post for after it's created. So, for example, if I create this post at 4:44, after it's created, I'm going to immediately schedule it for the time that I select here. And must be after the automation time. So, for example, I'm going to select 6:30 p.m. So I'm going to create this post at 4:44 p.m. and then I'm going to schedule it for that same day, 6:30 p.m. But it has to be approved in order to be scheduled, right? Now, content preferences, guide the AI on topics you want drafted. So we just add like general instructions, content. We'll just say, write marketing tips for social media agencies using AI. Okay. So every content is going to be new and fresh, and it's going to be inside of this theme that we just set. So it's a very powerful tool that lets you create content on the schedule without having to worry about thinking of new ideas, right? And then lastly, we're going to say require review. So if we require review, they're going to land in our review queue. If not, they're going to be scheduled automatically. So if you want this content just to be scheduled, this is what you do. So with all that being said, we're done. Let's click create automation. And our automation has been created. So our next automation will run at July 4th, 4:44. So I'll see you guys back when it runs. All right, guys, so it's 4:44 and our content has been created. And as you see here, I'm now on the approvals. I'm now on the approvals page, as you see here on the sidebar, approvals. And here I have 2 tabs, automated content and team posts. We want to select this automated content right here. And from there, I want to look at that. Scroll down and we see that we have our post. Aidelly, created 1 minute ago. Scheduled for 2:30. Even though it's like the 6:30, so I'm gonna have to look into that. And this is all pending, by the way. So none of this is automatically set to the calendar because we select require review. Okay, so let's see our content. So our agency is spending hours on social content each week. We can plan schedule once upon a single session. So yeah, this is pretty spot on. I can click approve. I can edit the post and edit the content, generate image, do whatever I need to do. I can do so many things here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click approve. And it's going to schedule the post. Let's pick our time that we set, 6:30. It has hashtags, it has all the things that we need, posting to Aidelly. We're gonna schedule a post. And our post is approved and scheduled. So now it's no longer in the pending. You see it's gone from the pending. It's now going to be in the approved filter. If you go here, you'll see that it's been approved. We can even run this quality control, which will grade the content on how brand aligned the content is. So let's go ahead and click that and see how that works. And it's something that you can run on all your content, whether it's from different automation sources or it's from your team members. And all this does is takes the content, takes your brand, and combines and gives you a score. So let's see what it gives me based on this automated content. Okay, so it looks like it gave me a 65, and it actually is a little harsh. It's a little strict, and that's a good thing because you want it to really be better content. So in this case, the automated content gave me a 65, but with my own flair and style and editing, I can raise that score up. So it calculates based on the brand voice, character limit, and the guidelines. And so pretty much the more documents you upload and give it and the more guidelines you set, the better it'll be. So last thing here, we're going to check the calendar for our automated post. And we see that it's scheduled for 6:30. There it goes, scheduled. Here's the entire post. You can see we have a preview here, post text, and yeah, so that's how you automate content on a schedule. And so the next time it runs, it'll be next Saturday, July 11th. I'll run at the same exact time, create the same content, and I'll be able to approve it and set it up in the calendar and all of that. So very, very easy, very simple. All right, now I'm going to show off the cues feature of Aidelly. And to do this, I will go over to the sidebar and you'll see that I'm on the cues page. Select cues, and here we are. So to explain it, cues are a weekly schedule, and you select the weekly schedule, and from wherever you generate and create and schedule posts, you can simply drop those posts into the schedule. It'll slot into the next available slot, and you don't have to worry about picking a schedule time each and every time you schedule content. Okay, so to give you guys an example, I'm going to show you how to create a new queue, and then we're going to drop some content in. So first thing we're going to do is name our queue. So let's just say, yeah, we'll go with the evergreen marketing strategies for agencies. And this is just tips and tricks and whatever it might be. And so how it works is you'll pick a posting cadence that you'll follow for each of your posts. So you can have one post in this queue that is for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that post, anything you drop into that specific post queue will fire off each and every week, right? So you can have up to 3 or even more posts that you have firing off on different schedules. You can mix and match it, get very creative. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to have one post just to make it simple. I'm going to have it go off on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. So I have 3 posts, each scheduled for 9 a.m. And so when I drop in a post on Monday, that queue spot is going to be locked down and no other post can drop into that same spot in this queue. So what's the next open spot? The next open spot will be Wednesday at 9 a.m. So it'll instantly find that next spot and drop it in. And same thing for Friday. So once again, I'm going to pick Facebook. Facebook is just easy to test with. I just like picking Facebook. So I can select my accounts. I can pick shuffle, which means you can pick a random item for each slot. If you just want to shuffle things up, shuffle posts around, it'll just drop it anywhere. Recycle means after the queue is done and it empties out, all the items that were in that queue get reapplied into the queue for the next few runs. Meaning, essentially, with this page, you can have endless content running at all times with just a single queue. Pretty cool. So I want to turn that on just to give you guys an example. And so let's create the queue. So our queue is created. Awesome. Next thing I want to do, I want to head over to the post page. Let's create a post that can fit into this queue. So I'm going to go to the post page over here and click new post. And if you notice, there's something different about this page. You can see that we have add to queue at the top. So what I'm going to do is select the Evergreen Marketing Strategies for Agency. I'm going to select that queue. So once you select your queue, you'll see that we have the account that it's posting to, the next slot, and there are 0 posts waiting. So nothing's in the queue so far. And so I'm going to select my Facebook account, as you see. I'm also going to just go down here and let's just create a caption. And I'm going to just call it, I'm going to call it Evergreen Marketing Strategies. Let's just say Evergreen Marketing Strategy for social media agencies. Something very simple, just so we can get some content. That's awesome. Created some content. Very cool. So now we're going to add to queue. You see there's no post option. There's only add to queue. So once you click add to queue, it's going to say it's going to begin added to the queue. And now it's added to Evergreen Marketing Strategies for agencies. This post is in the queue. Next slot, Monday, July 6th. So if you go to our queue, we see that we have one item queued, and the next slot is July 6th, which is queued up. Awesome. We can also just immediately skip the slot. We can remove this. We can move it up and down the queue. So you can see that with queues, you can instantly just slot in content, select content, and makes it super easy to work with. So that is the queues feature. All right, everybody, now I'm going to show you guys the inbox comments. So to get here, you're going to go click on inbox on the left-hand side. And from there, you'll be inside the inbox page. And so from here, we have a few different options. We have our auto sync option right here, where you'll be able to collect real-time comments, DMs, and automations, and it's checked every 45 seconds. You can also click this button to fetch all the comments and DMs manually if you just want to quickly update the screen. If you don't want to fetch it every 45 seconds. And here below, you see we have 4 tabs. We have comments, DMs, automations, and reviews. Today, we're going to be talking about, or right now, actually, we're going to be talking about just comments and DMs. And as you see, we have 7 comments, 51 DMs, and they're split across all my different platforms. Awesome. So from here, you see you can have different, you can filter, which this is a spam. So that's why you don't see anything. This is actually the spam filter in effect. I have 3 comments on X, but they're hidden because I have the hiding 3 spam. So that's actually very helpful. My comments on Instagram, I don't have anything currently pending on these 2 platforms. So let's click into all. As you see, I have a few options. I can click Smart Draft On, which will automatically draft a response for every incoming comment and save it in the inbox. This is super, super helpful because it's really a huge unlock for just saving time, responding. You can, of course, edit each comment and make sure it's polished enough to suit your tone, your voice, whatever it might be. You can also turn on auto liking, and auto liking is pretty cool. Every post that comes in, you're going to automatically like it. Just give it a like, just to give that extra engagement boost. And then also, we have block competitors, which block competitors is going to block any domain that you enter of a competitor. So let's say you have a lot of people who are spamming another competitor in your comments. You can instantly block that comment from showing, especially if it's a competitor that you're really not trying to advertise on your own content. So you can enter that here. And that's pretty much it for the comments. So as you see, the comments come in from Instagram, from all the different platforms. You can click view post and go directly to that post. You can mark replied. You can dismiss the comment. You can create a new AI draft for this comment if you don't like the one that's been automatically drafted. Looks like it's keeping the same one. And that's pretty much it for the comments. And the same thing applies to the DMs. DMs are just a different tab, but anything that comes through our DM supported platforms like Facebook, X, Instagram, they will land in here, and it's the same thing. You can respond to them from here. You can AI draft, all that great stuff. So that is the inbox page. All right, everybody, we are back. And as you can see, I see the demo comment that just happened. All right, everybody, now we're going to show off the automation tab, which is one of the key features of Aidelly and very powerful tool. So in order to get here, of course, we're going to be on the inbox page, which I'm already on the inbox page here. And we're going to click the automations tab. Currently, we only support Instagram, but in the future, we're looking to support other platforms. So definitely stay tuned and make sure you stay active in our Facebook group, where we also announce new features and things like that. So I'm going to click new automation. If you see here, Instagram comment to DM, I already have a running automation. So I have an audit. This is the keyword that I use. And based on that keyword, you see I already sent some DMs. So I sent a DM about a month ago. I have the DM button, and the comment reply. So I'm going to show you how to set all that up right now. So the first thing you're going to do is click on new automation. And on the new automation page, we have a few options. We first can select our Instagram account. I'm going to select my Wills or Jean Baptiste account. Next, you can enter the keyword you want to have the automation run on. Meaning whenever somebody comments that word in your comments, you will trigger the automation. Aidelly will trigger the automation. So the first thing I'm going to do is enter the keyword. Let's put demo. Next, we're going to do run campaign for how many days you want to run it for, 7, 14, 21, 30. We'll pick 30, and after the campaign is over, the keyword will stop being sent out of the system. Next, we want to add a DM message. So this is the message that you're going to send once someone comments the word demo. You're going to DM that person the message, right? And so I'll say something like, thanks, here is the demo link. And I'll be right back. Let me fetch the link that I'm going to use. Awesome. So I'm back with the link. I'm going to use this YouTube link. Here's the demo link. And over on the right, you see there's a preview, but it's just really it's just a URL. We can make it look better. So I'm going to click add a button right here for link buttons. I'm going to add a link button. And you see here, it actually updated the content. So I'm going to take this link out here. I'm going to put it in this URL box here. And I'm going to put watch video. Or let's put watch demo. Watch demo. And then I'll update my message since I have a button now. And that's it. And so now my preview is ready. So whenever somebody comments demo, I'm going to send them this message with the button, which links to my demo. Pretty cool. Now, next thing I want to show is comment replies. So if you want to reply to the comment first while sending out the DM, this is where you'll do it. right? So as you can see, I can drop down right now. I don't have any replies. And we have 3 different replies that we use, that we can use. And you can set up your own message if you want, or you can use the AI to suggest replies for the comments. So I'm going to use suggested replies. And it just sets up 3 basic replies. Pretty easy. So whenever somebody comments on my post, I'm going to reply to their comment with one of these posts chosen randomly. And then also you can do email capture. Email capture is an option that you'll send a message or a button or something where you can request the user's email. And it's great for automations where you want to build the email list. You'll select this. I'm going to leave this off for now. And then after all that is set, I'm going to click create. And my automation has been created. Awesome. So the automation is demo on my Wizards of Baptiste Instagram account, and it's going to send this link. So let's head over to Instagram and test it out. All right, as you see here, we're on Instagram, and I'm on my tester account right now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click one of the posts, and I'm just going to comment demo. That's the keyword. So it's set up on this account. I'm going to comment demo, and let's see what happens. And my automation also matched. And so comments get sent on another separate interval. So that sometimes they might not send immediately as to not seem like it's too automated. So just for the sake of the demo, I'm going to send the DM right now. I'm going to click send now for the DM. Oh, and it says the comment replying to already has a reply. So did it send already? Let's check. Let me check over on Instagram. All right, so actually it sent very quickly, but for some reason my dashboard didn't pick up the send. But either way, as you can see here, I have a new message from Wilson Jean-Baptiste with an attachment. Let's open it up. And it says, thanks, please click the demo button to view the demo. And as you can see, because I'm on the web, it's not working. It's not showing the button, but I will show you a screenshot of what that looks like right now from my phone. And you'll see that there's a button with a link. And I click the link, it goes to YouTube. So I'll show you that right now, just so you can see it working end to end. And the last thing I'll show is back on the post itself. You can see that I have a reply and it says demo. Of course, that's my comment. Then reply from Wilson Artiste, sent it your way. And all this was done completely automated without my input, without anything of me typing or sending messages. And this can work for all of your automations within Instagram. So very quick, very easy to set up and get working. And that is the automation tool and feature. All right, everybody. Next, I'm going to show off the analytics page. And to get there, you just go into the sidebar and go to the analytics section down here. Very simple. And from here, we have full analytics for all of the above supported platforms. Meaning you can check all these platforms and view the insights, you can view the posts, you can view different things per supported platform. Keep in mind, some platforms don't support all the features, but we do support the platforms that do. And I'll make a distinction when we get to that point. So first things first, we have all your platforms. You can select each platform separately. Some of these I don't have connected at the moment, so it's not going to show. So we'll just focus on Facebook and Instagram. And we'll just go back to all platforms. You can select from the days. So you can select 7 days, 14 days, 30, 60, 90 days, up to a year if you're on the agency plan. You can also select a custom time frame to view, which is cool. So we see here we're on the overview page, but we also have an insights tab and a post tab. On the overview tab, we have just general statistics. We have visibility, which is your impressions, reach, and views combined, because different platforms count different things as views, impressions, reach, things like that. We also have engagements, which is just reactions, replies, and reposts. Anything that goes beyond just a simple view, we count it as an engagement. Audience is just your total followers added up across all your audiences. The engagement rate, meaning for every visibility that you receive, how often do you get an engagement? And so that gives you kind of a rate of how often your posts are being engaged on after they're viewed. So these are just some big numbers we can give to give you a bird's eye view of how your content is performing over that time period. So next we have daily platform trends. We have a chart, a graph here. And on this graph, we have day by day metrics. You can scroll across the graph and see that for these accounts, I've gotten a few each day. I don't, I do need to post more on this account, to be honest. But these are just from the past week. We have visibility, we have reactions, we have replies. So I'll see I got some replies in the last few days. We have reposts, we have audience size. These are just some numbers just to give you a visualization. And then we have platform breakdown, which gives you a more in-depth breakdown of each platform's numbers. Next, we have the Insights tab, and the Insights tab is for scale and agency plan users. And it gives you a simple, 6 simple next steps based on your analytics. So it looks at your analytics numbers and it generates a set of insights that you can use. You can open this in a new chat and immediately begin actioning and working on those insights. So for example, you see here I have unified reach. So it said Facebook leads with 29 views impressions. So based on that, I can go into the chat and say, hey, Facebook is leading. So let's, dig into that a little bit more. Let's capitalize on that and make more content for Facebook. Next, I want to show up the client reports. This is part of the agency plan. And so reports, you can find that on the Insights tab under reports. And pretty much what it does, it allows you to create a branded report based on your agency with your full branding and everything. And you can email that report to your client on a schedule to show them the platform numbers, all the analytics, everything like that. So in order to do that, we go to the reports tab, reports page, and we'll click start from template. So you see that we have a few templates. You can click a simple template to start from. We'll just click performance summary. And you can add commentary about the report, and you can click the start and end date. I'll just leave that alone. And we'll include a period comparison. Then we'll just click create report. And as you see here, this is the report that we just created. As you see, it tallies up all the numbers between these time frames, the reactions, replies, reposts, gives you a platform breakdown. It compares to the previous month as well. So this is great for showing a change in number. And it also shows you your top performing posts and which day those posts perform the best. You can export the PDF. You can also, refresh the content, and you can also share the link or create a link to share with others, right? And so you can also enter the email of somebody you want to send a link to. You can send it to them immediately, or you can schedule it. And so that'll immediately schedule the report to be sent to them every single month. And so this is a very cool tool. This is the reporting. And you can see how you can just easily set up your clients and send links out to them without any issues. And it'll go out on that schedule or whenever you choose it to go out. All right, everybody. Today I'm going to show off the approvals process. Very, very important tool for agencies and clients and team members and just handling approving posts within Aidelly. So this is a very important video. Let's get right into it. So first thing first, I'm going to go over to the settings and I'm going to set up my approvals. I already have them set up. I'm just going to show you what everything looks like, where everything is. So I'm going to click on the settings option. And then from there, you see I'm in my Aidelly workspace and I have 2 team members. First thing you want to do, of course, is invite your team members into the workspace and your clients. As of right now, we support client approval within the workspace, within the dashboard. In the future, though, we will be supporting client email approval where they don't have to log in. When that update is done, you will definitely hear about it. So, but for right now, once you're in the workspace, you want to scroll down to your team members, make sure you have your team members, and make sure that they are the proper roles. So for this, I just pick Workspace Admin. You can also edit their role access by clicking here. And role access, you'll be able to choose what each of these different roles have access to. So admin has pretty much access to pretty much everything. And so you can mix and match that. But you can also allow certain members to approve or reject posts. So as you see here, we have admin who's allowed to approve or reject, member who is not allowed to approve or reject, and client who is allowed to approve or reject. However, once we go to the approvals tab, you can select who specifically has the final approval or approvals on posts. So when we go to the approvals tab here, you see that we have default approvals tab, which is just a UI, can default to automated content or team posts. And we have the required approvals. Let's drop that down, and we see that every new post must be approved by one of these people before it goes live, including posts from workspace owners and admins. So as my other account, Wills, is an admin, it is not selected here as an approver. So my main account will be the only approval account on this workspace. Right? So I have that set up. You can easily, to change anything, you can easily just click. You can click to change. And once that's set up, your other users will have to send the post for approval. So now that we have that set up, let's go to my other account and I'm going to create a post so you can see the creation and request process. So I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I'm right back into Aidelly with my Workspace admin account. You can see in the bottom left, Workspace admin. And from here, I want to create a post. So let's simply go over to create a new post. And yep, all my content from this workspace has shown up. And I want to create a post on, let's just say Facebook. Let's just write something just to give you guys an example. Marketing trends 2025 that social media agencies should know about. And create that caption. I put 2025. I meant 2026. So you have to excuse me for that. But anyway, we have our content. And so normally I would scroll down here and I would click post now. But now I have this send for approval button. So I can schedule for later. Let's say I want to schedule this post for, let's schedule for Monday at, let's do 2:00 p.m. I know it wasn't the most efficient way of changing the time, but so I have Monday at 2:00 p.m. set. I have Facebook set, and I'm going to schedule this for approval. So approval will be sent to Wilder Jean Baptiste, which is the main account. So I'm going to click schedule for approval. It shows me the preview, and I'm going to click schedule for approval. And we see we have a notification. Your post appears on the calendar as pending. Approvers can review it from the calendar or the approval page. So this post is not scheduled yet. It's on the calendar as pending, but it's not scheduled. So if we go check the calendar, we see we have a social media post here, pending approval. Meaning it's not available. It's not going to be officially able to post yet. And also, if you go to the approvals page, this is the post that we just scheduled for approval. So now I'm going to show you the view from the approver standpoint. And with that, you'll be able to see how an approver can approve posts. So let's switch back over to my Aidelly main account. Now I'm back over on the Aidelly main account. And as you can see, I have my approvals. I have 32 approvals, but those are split between automated content and team content. But either way, let's go to the approvals page. As you see here, I have the pending approval. One post is awaiting review. I can edit the post. I can edit it however I want as I'm the approver. I can start a discussion. And the clients can see, this is just saying, can the client see the conversation as you're having it with your team members? So I'm going to post that. I can also tag other people, and they'll get an email notification stating that, hey, you got an email, you were tagged on this content. They can log in and see what the comment is and react to that comment. They can react to it. They can put emojis. They can resolve, reply. Very, very collaborative space for team members, for agencies. So I can also do that. So I can also run the quality control, which I've showed that before. And that just pretty much scores the content. So if I'm an approver and I want to see, okay, how does this align with our brand, with our messaging, I can do that. I can also reject it, which will not take it. It'll take it off this calendar. It will reject it and it'll also allow the the team member to kind of make edits and resubmit it for approval. Last but not least, I can approve the post. I can also select this checkbox and approve multiple posts at once if there are multiples. But let's just click approve. And the post has been approved. Awesome. So if we go over to the calendar, we see that the post is no longer pending. It is now officially scheduled for the time that we have selected. And that is how approvals work. Thanks. All right, today I'm going to show off the Creator Clone feature. And with the Creator Clone, you can get insights on popular influencers. You can track across YouTube, X, Threads, Blue Sky, or Pinterest. And what this does is Aidelly will ingest their platform, their messaging, their brand, analyze the content patterns, and turn them into draft posts on your command. So pretty awesome. This is included in the scale and agency plan. As part of the scale plan, you get 1 slot. Agency, you get 5 slots included. Once your slots are exhausted, you can add more slots at a recurring monthly price. This is a very powerful tool that allows you to track your favorite creators on a deeper level. So people that you're already following, you can track them here, understand their content style, and replicate that style for your own brand or business. Let's get right into it. So first thing first, I'm going to select my platform, which let's just stick with YouTube. And for the handle, I'm going to enter a handle of a YouTube user. You can find this if you go to their channel page. It's usually there as the @ and then their username in the URL. So for this one, I'm going to follow Alex Hormozy. So let's do @Alex Hormozy. Believe that is his handle, and we're going to click track creator. So right now it's finding his profile on YouTube. It found his profile, ingested his profile. And so you see that it automatically starts showing some things about Alex Hormozi. It shows how much he posts per week. He posts 23 times per week on YouTube, and that's across YouTube videos, posts, all types of things. He averages 3 posts a day. His best day is Monday, and his peak hour, according to this, is 23 hours in UTC. And here are his top posts. These are his top performing videos. 8 entrepreneurs compete for $100,000. I can't hide this anymore. 14 years of business advice in 60 seconds. You can see that he got lots of engagement on these, right? So cool, we got that. So now what we want to do is click on Alex Hormozi's name, and now we have a deep dive into his content. So if you want to go even further deeper, you see his recent posts. We have them here. We have his recent posts here as well. And what you can do with these posts is click on one and click create similar. So I'm going to click create similar to this one right here. You're at level of 9. They don't know that. Let's click create similar. It's going to add this post into repurpose page, and I'll be able to actually repurpose this content. As you see here, creator post. I click that tab, and I then have all the creators that I'm tracking. I can click Alex Hormozi, and then I have all his posts here. I selected this one, and now I want to repurpose that content into a short post for LinkedIn. So let's select. So now we're in the repurpose page, and now we see that we can select content to be repurposed from the creator. You see that the creator post tab is selected, Alex Hormozi. We can select other creators that we have in the system, and we have different posts from them. So we'll select one, the one that we already had selected, and we'll go down and we'll turn it into a LinkedIn post. So we'll select LinkedIn short post, scroll on down, and we'll click repurpose. And that will turn into a branded post that suits our brand based on Alex Hormozi's posts. So give it some time to generate. And the repurpose is ready. Let's check it out. Awesome. All right, next we're going to talk about the competitor spy feature. This is a very cool feature that allows you to see your competitor's every move and have an insight that you can use to counter that move, whether it be content, post ideas, feature ideas. This is where you will set that up. So to begin, we do offer 5 slots if you're on the agency plan, and we offer 1 slot if you're on the scale plan, and that'll allow you to spy multiple competitors, but you can also add more as an add-on as well. So first things first, let's enter the competitor root domain. And just for example, I'm going to put in Buffer. Buffer is not really our competitor. They're on a whole different type of level in terms of who they're trying to reach. But just to give you an example, let's just put buffer.com. So we're going to put buffer.com. And then you just click track competitor. So now it's going to track competitor, and it's finding different pages. These are just the different types of pages it's capturing. It's finding snapshots. It's going to find all the type of changes within Buffer that we could track. And we see down here, we are tracking Buffer. And we see we're tracking the pricing page, the landing page. We're tracking the about page, the entire sitemap, the ad library. We're tracking a lot of different things. So if we click on Buffer, we see that it's still analyzing the competitor. So we'll be right back after that is completed. All right, now it's completed with the analyzing. And so this is my favorite part about this feature, is that it gives us suggested moves that we can make on our side to counteract Buffer's competitive moves. So for example, it says pricing play, attack the per channel pricing gap, buffers per channel model, sounds flexible but gets expensive for many channels. Aidelly should run direct comparison ads and landing pages that show that a cost at 5, 10, and 20 channels, positioning a flat rate. Awesome. So it gives you concrete examples that you can use to counter a competitor's certain feature offerings or their positioning, which is very, very powerful.